We're the Avengers. We can bust arms dealers all the live long day, but that up there, that's the EndGame. Why would you do that?
We're in the EndGame now.
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on the Avengers EndGame movie. So still there is loads of time until this movie comes out. It's only December and the movie doesn't come out till April. So don't worry guys, there's still lots of Marvel content to talk about when we're referring to Avengers 4. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to enter the latest giveaway, which will be announcing the winner on Wednesday's Marvel video. All you gotta do is subscribe to the channel and let me know down below who is your favorite superhero or supervillain. Then you could win either the Infinity War Blu-ray, Deadpool 2 or Ant-Man and the Wasp. The reason I want to announce it on Wednesday is so it can get out to you before Christmas. And at the end of the video, I will announce again when I'm going to be announcing the 50,000 subscriber giveaway Hasbro Infinity Gauntlet. So if you do want to enter that, make sure you stay to the end of the video. So we all know the first trailer for Avengers EndGame, aka Avengers 4, is lying to us massively in so many ways. Mainly because they're trying to make out that Tony Stark is going to die in the first act of the movie, but we know he's not going to die because Audi kind of spoiled it. Well, not really, because I don't know how anyone could actually think Tony Stark was going to die in the first act of a movie when he's been carrying these movies for the last 10 years. So in a recent Audi advert, I did a video on it the other day, Robert Downey Jr. said that he does drive the Audi e-tron GT in Avengers 4, and the whole internet went crazy, even though I don't understand why people thought he was going to die in that. So that's kind of a misleading scene, but really what they were trying to do at the start of that was they were trying to parallel, mirror image the start of the Iron Man movie when he had to overcome such a crazy situation. So recently, after the Avengers EndGame trailer actually came out, Marvel brought out a new logo for the Avengers EndGame movie. The color scheme basically matched the Mad Titan, the gold from his armor, and the pink, purplish, I guess you could say, from his skin. So it's pink and gold pretty much. It also is a fitting choice considering the EndGame will focus on the aftermath of Thanos, the decimation event. If you didn't read the Prelude comic, basically the Thanos snap, they've actually named it in the Avengers 4 Prelude, the decimation. As well as the hero's efforts to set things right, essentially, Thanos got the world into a mess in the EndGame. So they're going to try and fix it in the EndGame. That's probably why it's called EndGame. So it makes sense that the logo would bear his colours. As for Thanos himself, the Mad Titan appears to have undergone some serious wardrobe change. Kinda. Well, he took his armour off halfway through the movie, but in the latest trailer, we get a glimpse look at Thanos in crops in a farmer's field. The armor he wore at the beginning of the Infinity War is seen to be displayed as a scarecrow, which is direct correlated from the comic books. But this isn't to say that we've seen the last of that armor or the Infinity Gauntlet. He totally does still have it on, almost like it's stuck to him, and we found out thanks to the Russo brothers that it actually is stuck on him. But I've got a question: why is he still wearing the Infinity Gauntlet if he doesn't feel any threat from anyone and his mission to destroy half the world is actually over? So let's go over this. The most likely option is the Dwarf King cursed him. Why would the Dwarf King curse? Because he cursed the Dwarf King. So that would be the Infinity Gauntlet will be the last item he ever made. But Thor made the Stormbreaker, even though he had to do pretty much all the work himself. So we know that Thanos is permanently damaged based on what the Russo brothers said. If you can actually trust them now, I guess you're going to have to trust him. So Thanos made it so the Dwarf King couldn't make any weapons for anyone, but, you know, my boy Thor got his Stormbreaker. So there is a pretty cool, like, Reddit theory that does suggest a lot. So it all stems from the theory that the Soul Stone has a setback. It connects the user to the emotions of the person it's being used on. So when Thanos used it in the decimation, it connected him to every being in the universe. In the last moment, he felt all the sadness, the pain, and suffering in the entire universe. So because of this, in Avengers 4, he's actually going to be a lot more hesitant towards using any of the stones. He's not going to want to use them. He's achieved his goal. What could he possibly use the exact same thing for? It's not like somebody could find him random on a random farm on a random planet somewhere. But he didn't realize that there was a price to pay for the madness. The Gauntlet was cursed. Whoever used the snap has permanent scarring on his arm. But also the Gauntlet is permanently attached onto their skin. Hence, that is actually the reason. So you don't really need to break down why it's attached, because it's attached really because he used it, and that's a side effect of using the Infinity Gauntlet. That's why the snap, aka the decimation, had to happen in the order for the Avengers to actually win. Remember those 14 million futures Strange saw? I think all of them were pre-snap futures. The future where they could have sliced off his head or toe, but still lost in the end, possibly even more devastating. So Strange made the conscious choice to sacrifice half the universe now in order to win. Such a cool plan. They continue, but why do this? Thanos is going to have the stone collected now. He's going to be unstoppable for the exact reason I said above. Yeah, he's going to have the stones at arm's length, but they're going to make him vulnerable. They scared him, both physically, mentally, emotionally. Even though he has them at disposal, he ultimately, he's going to be weaker because of that. Remember the concept art from Thanos in Avengers 4? He has the gauntlet on his hand, but he also has the armor and a giant butter knife. And due to recent sources, that is real. These images are definitely real. Why would he need all this if he was going to use the stones? Because he's not going to try to use them unless he really has to. He's going to keep them for worst case scenario. Now let's go back to the curse. What put the curse there? I see 4 options. The first 3 of which I do not like. Strange cursed the stone, the time stone. To do this, Eitri puts some Asgardian magic on it. Just the natural consequences of using the Infinity Gauntlet. Here's the 4th option, what I like. Remember the first stone Thanos ever had back in Avengers 1? He was willing to give the Mind Stone to Loki. Now remember that the Mind Stone is a fully conscious thinking thing. They added, in Avengers 1 it makes the Avengers turn against one another and fight. 3 pieces of evidence. The shot zooms in on the Mind Stone, which produces a buzzing noise, and the whole shot turns upside down for a moment. This is also pointed to the original script and the characters. All act out of character in the scene. Steve is more aggressive towards everything. Stark does. Banner is unaware of picking up the scepter. Thor insults Thuman. Tony is sweating, holding it. In Avengers Age of Ultron, Tony compares the Mind Stone to Jarvis, to which Banner says, it's thinking. It's like neurons firing. So I think the Mind Stone is actually what cursed the Gauntlet. It spent 6 years with the Avengers learning, collecting information, thinking. It went back to Thanos, which it did not like. And after the snap, it saw Thanos' fears and used them against him. Boom. And that is why the Gauntlet is still on him. He can't get it off. He's probably most likely not going to use it. But the most common theory is Tony Stark will make his own Infinity Gauntlet in Avengers Infinity War Part 2, aka Avengers EndGame. But who is going to wield it? I guess Tony Stark could wield it when he gets his newest suit, or Thor could wield it, or Captain Marvel. They're the most likely people to wield it. The Russo brothers have also said why he retreated to his farm. He's like a holy warrior, Anthony told Uproar. Once he puts the armor down in the movie, he becomes like a holy warrior, and this is his resting place. For him, he says it's in the film. He's just going to sit back and watch the sunrise. Look, if you look at Thanos throughout the movie, what's noble about the character is, it's not about ego, Anthony Russo said. Thanos' goals, in a separate interview, he believes that creatures and beings are suffering, and because of this, he believes the road for the right way of peace and balance is through eradicating half the universe. And he believes that they will bring balance and a new life and peacefulness to joy to people. And he's dedicated himself to that mission. Anthony went on. His choices are remarkably focused on that. He's not killing people he doesn't need to kill. He only kills people to further more his goal. So that's pretty much why Thanos' gauntlet is still trapped on him. So do you believe the colours of the logo which appeared online shortly after the first trailer are completely based on Thanos and reaffirm that there's so much more left for Thanos to do? Because if they are going to get the Stark Gauntlet and his stones technically start disappearing, Thanos is going to have to suit up or armor up, but we know he's going to get something like the Infinity Blade. It also reaffirms that Avengers EndGame, Avengers 4, will have a worldwide release of April the 26th, which is cool, so spoilers won't get out because it was already listing for 26th April in the UK, but in America it was listing for May, so we know we're going to get a worldwide release in the same time, which is pretty damn awesome for people that don't live in England. So I think this is the most prominent part. So I came across this information from a German press release, and Disney is teasing a boom-tastic bang ending. So it reads like this. Dear colleagues, it is the most expected trailer of the year. What started with Iron Man in 2008 is going to end with a boom-tastic bang after lots of Avengers, and the most dramatic final in the recent movie of Avengers Infinity War. Although this doesn't confirm anything of how the movie ends, the fact they use boom-tastic bang, it tells you that we're going to be ending Avengers Endgame with something crazy. So comment down below, guys. And Avengers Infinity War ended pretty epic with half the universe being decimated with the decimation. So what possibly can they do to outdo that? The fact we haven't actually met Brie Larson's version of Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, is astonishing. So guys, let me know, do you agree? Do you agree with the logo being changed slightly? It's reminiscent of Thanos. Do you believe the reason of why Thanos is still wearing the Infinity Gauntlet? Essentially because he can't take it off. The Mind Stone is playing with his head. At least it's playing with his head in the sense that it won't come off. Or is it the case that just the Dwarf King cursed it? So just like he can't no longer make weapons for people, Thanos can't take it off and it's burnt into him. And do you think this boom-tastic bang is such a big plot leak? Anyway guys, we've got the 50,000 subscriber giveaway coming out very soon for the Hasbro Infinity Gauntlet. All you got to do is follow me on Twitter at Warstu. The reason you got to follow me on Twitter is it's a pretty expensive prize for a small channel like this to give away. So holler at me on Twitter, let me know you've followed me, and I will be announcing that one on Thursday or Friday. Haven't made my mind up. So there is 2 competitions inside this video, so make sure to listen to all the information. If you agree or disagree, let's have a adult conversation in the comment box down below. I do read every single comment, but I can't reply to every single comment because some of them I don't know how to reply. So I try and comment back to everyone that I can. But anyway guys, I hope you did check out that Titans video. I know it's new content. I know the season's just about to end, but Titans is really an awesome TV show. I know it's DC. Yeah, I know some people don't like DC. I don't know why, but it's absolute fire. So anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.